Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yo, Martin. Yo, Cretaceous. The Hunted and Cretaceous. Oh no, Ceratosaurus said, "You're really good at painting. When is this series meant to come out?" Well, episode 1 is on its way very soon. I'm so close to getting all the frames finished for episode 1, and then the fun really begins. Riley Ross says, "Hi guys." Those in the chat, please let me know if you can hear my voice over the music okay. Just let me know if the sound levels are okay. Michael Pierce says, "Good night for me, hee hee." Well, good night to you, Michael. What tablet are you using? Asks Martin. I'm using a Huion, as it's called. It's this big old one here. It's like a wireless one, but like you can unclip the wire and then we got on there. Yeah, you can unclip the wire and then like it's wireless, so you can sit anywhere and do stuff. And you've got these like quick access buttons here, but for the moment I've not really been using those. Audio is good. All right, cool. So yeah, I can hear you, says Riley Ross. Hi Jack. Yo. Right, let's get to work, shall we? Let's not dilly-dally around. So right here you can see I've done a watercolour background for said frame I'm going to be working on. So I've already just sort of got myself set up here, ready for this tonight's stream. And obviously I have an idea in my head of what this is going to look like, so we'll see by the end of it what will become of it. What do we want for that? Edit and then warp. Martin says good, nice. So yeah, so I'm just now like warping the background and then I'm going to edit it because you're looking at this from a different angle. This background was actually painted for a different frame, and what I'm doing is, because it's sort of the similar sort of angle, I'm just sort of editing the background. It's going to be slightly blurred anyway, so because of perspective and all that, so the detail doesn't have to be as excruciatingly competent as other frames, but we'll get there. So I hope you've all had a good Christmas and a good New Year's and all that shebang. I know I certainly did. Finally got Fallen Kingdom on Blu-ray, which is awesome. And so far I've watched it 3 times. And it's been nice to actually sort of finally sit down and watch it sort of on my own, to sort of take it in. Because I've been watching it with like loads of other people every time I've seen it. I say loads of other people, it's either, a few people. And it was nice to sit down and watch it on my own. The other day. Yo, British Tyrannosaur, he says, "What's up, people?" Let's just... Yeah, so I got Fallen Kingdom, and what's the other? Oh yeah, I'm using it actually. I got this coaster that says T-Rex. It's like glass coaster, so I'm using that. So if you hear a glass clink like that, that's because I've put my tea down, so. Roller Ross says, "Love the music, takes me right back." Yes, it does. I'm just changing the angle of this tree, so you're going to be seeing more of like the branches and whatnot from the other side. But like I said, it's going to be roughly done because it's going to be blurred, and it's not. I can use shadow and stuff to really up it. I will be doing some detail of leaves and stuff, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Michael Pierce says, it's been a busy January so far for me. Lots of footage, recording, interviews, edit, testing in my new software. All for our documentary. Nice. And he says, going to Perth City this Friday to get some nice B-roll. Sweet. British Translator says, was this Chaos Continues or Rampage's music? This is a Rampage edition. But this time I've done the smart thing and I've I've like lined the music up in the music player, so now I don't have to change the music. It will just, until it like plays all the albums and stuff I have ready to go. Matthew Brandy says, just stopped in to say hi mate, got a run though, happy painting Jack. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. He says the jungle's really beautiful. Well, this is not even half of it. Like, I've been painting a lot in watercolor, but only roughly, like, or depending on, you're not going to be able to see all this, but like one frame I did the other day was like a radio on the side, and I redone, which you're not going to be able to see, but I redone all the forest around the base. Yeah. By the way, I saw the new Chaos Theorem website update, says Michael Pierce. Looks good, but I had some lagginess in parts of it as I scrolled down, which was odd for my computer. Yeah, I saw your tweet about that. I was going to follow that up. Thanks for reminding me. I spoke to Tim about that. And as far as he can tell, there's nothing wrong on other people's computers from what we've found. If someone else has that issue, we'd like to know, because then we can see if we can find what the issue is. But we had a look when you mentioned that to us, and we couldn't find the problem. So the plot thickens, as they say. Alright, now it's time to use like a burn tool. Michael Pierce says, weird. Must be my computer then, but yeah, I wanted to point out in case it was something to fix. Yeah, no, it was good, man. Thank you. Honestly, like anything like that is most helpful, and I'm sure you got a lot of that when you were doing the Explorer game and getting feedback. It's all a learning curve. Nice to see Chris has joined the team. That's really awesome. Yep, Chris and Samantha. I think they're going to be most helpful. All right. Okay, and that looks pretty good, although I'd need to swivel it some. It might be wise to just copy that layer and paste that, and then fix it from there. Okay, so platform. really. Only 14% opacity. Come on. British Transfer says, loving Jurassic World Evolution so far. Yeah. I mean, I'm really lagging behind on that, but I will definitely have some more fun with that in the coming future. I'm also looking at working on live streaming Alien Isolation, because I bought that over the Christmas period because it went on sale. And I've played it before, but I do want to get around to live streaming that entire game from start to finish. So, maybe when I'm in the prep work of releasing episode 1 of Dino-Defenders, instead of streaming, because I won't be painting much around that time, because I've got to get ready for the release of episode 1, maybe I'll sort of try and squeeze, because you need some downtime, right? I'll try and squeeze in Alien Isolation streams. Bancroft says, hello Jack, how is your new year going so far? Yeah, good, really good. Michael Thumb, yo dude. Hey Jack, and happy new year to everyone that doesn't know me, lol. Jurassic Godzilla fan says, hello everyone. Michael Pierce says, do you guys, Jack included, have any goals in mind set for 2019? A lot. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. And Dino-Defenders is but the tip of the iceberg. British Transfer says, oh yeah, more isolation. Michael Thumb, I'm very excited to see this short film of yours. I've been watching it from the shadows, as it were. If last year taught me anything, then yes, absolutely, Jack, you need some downtime. Don't do what I did and burn out. Hee hee. Well, the good thing about painting is I tend to find that I can digest stuff, you know, just listening, better than I can if I'm like setting aside to read or something like that. Like, I love reading, but I'm always trying to create something of my own, and that takes a lot of time. So I've been listening to a lot of stuff, and that's, yeah. So it's like, it feels like downtime even though I'm painting and stuff. But yeah, Dino-Defenders is taking up a lot of my time at the moment, but it's, I can't wait to show you guys the results. I hope you guys like it, because it's at that stage, the project is at that stage now where people have helped me via Patreon, and you guys who have come to all the streams and stuff, and so I've kind of supported the project in sharing it and all that sort of stuff. Like, you guys have been doing that when... Where's this track? Skip that one. Come on. Oh my god, that's long. There we go. Yeah, so the project is at the point where, like, everyone's been sort of listening to me babble on about a vision they can't see. So, you know, once episode 1 is released, you guys are going to actually see what I see, in a way. And hopefully, like, that's the risk, because, like, people might not find it very interesting, and then that might take the wind out of my sails a little bit. But then I must persevere, and that's the thing. It's like something I can do, like, whenever I can, because it's something I'm really enjoying. And I've, over the last like week or so, I've been listening to these like speeches, and they've sort of inspired me, and I got the story. There was a moment in the story of Dino-Defenders that was really tough to pin down, and I pinned it down earlier today. So I was like, yes, okay, so if I can get this done, this should be pretty cool, story-wise. Because I don't want this series to just be something you can watch once. Like, oh well, obviously I want you to enjoy it on the first viewing, but I also want to add stuff in that means, like, if you keep watching it, new things should come to light. That's the goal, anyway, of any sort of literacy or narrative. And Michael Thumb, you said you've been working on your project for 14 years. I mean, I can't even imagine what that must feel like if you're getting near the end of that. Um, Michael Pierce says, honestly, I thought of streaming to help get my head out a bit during modelling since it's more casual and interactive. Do you find it helpful or more stressful to keep up with? I find that like it helps in terms of, especially with a project like what I'm working on requires I don't know, it requires a voice that says like I'm still working on this. So like if I show you guys live me working on it, you guys know I'm actually working on it and I'm not just sitting there with my hands behind my head going twiddling my thumbs, you know, going do 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 do, like it's like showing the work in progress. So I think it's very helpful in that regard of keeping you motivated, because as soon as you tell people you're doing something, they expect you to do it. So it's like, and whenever you say you're doing something, it's probably best to say you're going to do something that you're committed to through and through. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, it's very helpful in that regard. Yeah, I hope if you do try it that it works out for you. Jurassic Godzilla says Godzilla Planet of the Monsters 3 is coming soon. I think it's on Netflix now. My friend sent me a picture of it a minute ago. I said I'm saving it for maybe a couple of weeks' time, or maybe in a week's time, because I've got some time to like watch it. Michael Thumb says I call it my white whale project. Yeah. The white whale. Okay, what are we looking at? Yeah, Imperial Diamond. Yeah, Jurassic Godzilla. Yeah, my friend sent me a picture of it. It should be on Netflix now. I might have a bit of a Godzilla marathon because for Christmas I was also gifted a copy of Godzilla 1984 on DVD. I only have it on VHS, but now I have it on DVD, and so I've only seen it once, maybe twice. It might have been the first Godzilla film I ever saw. I've been debating that, trying to reach back into my memory to remember which was the first Godzilla film I saw. I think it was Godzilla 1984, or it could have been that or the original. I'm still working that out. But yeah, I've watched it on VHS since, but it's nice to have it on DVD now. No worries, man. I think I might need to send a file over from my my laptop, which is what I'm viewing the chat from. British Tyrannosaur says, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption games, kind of addicted. Need to finish them so I can get back to Evolution. Yeah, there's always something to do, man. Always something to do. I did play a little bit of Red Dead, or I watched my friend play a little bit of Red Dead, should I say, when I went over to his. Game looks madly good, madly well made. Madly, I say, madly. Breeding my first T-Rex was magical, says British Tyrannosaur. The T-Rex in Evolution, they've just, ugh, so good. I hope they make like a male variant, like the buck from the Lost World, but like actually change the skull structure and stuff to match, because that'd be really cool. Roberto says, how close are you to finishing the first episode of your online series Plus? When will it be released? I still don't know when it's going to be released, but it's getting soon. As soon as the composer gives me a date of when he reckons he'll be finished, which, to be honest, he hasn't begun yet because I haven't sent him the final thing, then I'll know when it's going to be released. But episode 1, my hope, I'll say that, my hope is that I can get it finished before April maybe. So that's the aim. I do want to have a little bit of marketing time, even once it's complete, to like promote it and stuff. Because it's essentially the pilot. It's like, hey guys, here's the vision, here's what I see. Like, do you think it's good? Do you want to help? It's, the production of episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if people do, then we'll see. If not, I'll just take a very long time making it. Thank you, Imperial Diamond. Alright, so now I did that, and going to blur, box blur. I'm going to blur the background. Okay, so we've got those two elements. The platform should probably have a bit more detail. Jurassic Godzilla says, I got the Godzilla PlayStation 4 game for Christmas and I've been playing it a lot. I haven't really played that much. I wonder if you can get it on PC, because that'd be something cool to stream. But, thing is, I'd love to stream that, but got no time. Not right now. Nice. Okay, right, so now we need a new layer. And we'll call this one Rose. Now, I just want to check if I have a file on my computer. Haven't looked to see if I've got a specific file on my computer, and then I will continue. I do. It's taking a little while to download because I'm probably streaming. Because I'm streaming. Um, is this music from the Jurassic Park Sega games? Is Jurassic Godzilla? Yeah, it's from the Rampage edition one. The Jurassic Park Rampage edition. Oh my word, how big is this file? Do I already have it? That's a question. That's a question. Not there. Do I have it in my downloads already? I do. Oh, that might be the same file. Okay, so I am actually looking for this one here. And that is the one that has been grabbed. I don't want to zoom all windows. So she's going to walk over like, basically like this. Actually, probably from about there. Okay. Now I just need to, actually I can change to John, because that would be that character, this layer, and then change this. Michael Pierce says, who did the edit for the little short documentary on the DPG stuff, and do you know how long it took to edit roughly? No, the little documentary, we wrote lines for it, like, and then it was filmed and edited at Universal, I guess, or maybe another internal company. But we knew they were coming and we knew what they were going to be, but we just had to wait for them, and then they sent them to us, and then we uploaded them to the site. Roberto Morales says, what scene are you creating in this part of the episode? So, if I'm going to be honest, and this is Yo Thompson, this is a bit of a quasi-spoiler, but she's outlining what's happening, essentially, in the episode, or in her plan. She's talking about her plans. There you go, let's put it that way. But I think she needs to have a little bit of a sympathetic look, let's put it that way. Jason Kruger says, plans? Sounds evil. Michael Pierce says, that's crazy, I didn't know it was done by externals. Oh man, like, it's not like we work on building the sites, writing the content, coming up with the look and feel of it and everything in conjunction with Universal and Colin, everyone. It's a team effort. But like the videos, like for example, the one on Masrani Global, which was the InGen Tomorrow Today or whatever it was called, the one with Dr. Wu in it, you can find it on the InGen page on the website. That one was actually written by Colin and Derek. That had scripts and everything. But this music sounds trippy. Michael Pierce says, am I looking at this wrong, or does she not have eyes? No, she does not have eyes. Okay. Yeah, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis music. Big Shark, I don't quite understand your question. He says, hey Jack, what Barry after Jurassic World? Sorry man, I don't understand your question. You'll have to rephrase. Rephrase it, please. Why can't... Oh, it's doing pin light, that's why. Why did it select pin light? That makes no sense. Michael Thumb says, Turtle 3000, by the way, have you had a chance to reanimate the GIF you sent me? If not, that's fine. But if yes, did the suggestion help? No spoilers. Yes, it did help, but I've not changed it for the moment. But I have taken your advice on board, if that makes sense. I'm going to utilize it in the future. I think I might... I'm trying to get the frames finished, so then I've got the timing of the whole thing, because then I can send it off to the composer, and then while they're composing the thing, I can go back and just tweak frames in the episode while that's happening. But I've been watching that frame over and over again. I kind of like it in its rough form, but stylistically. But then, yeah, I might. It's one of those ones that I'm contesting. I'm like, should I change it? But I'll see about the time of it all. Hey Jack, what happened to Barry after Jurassic World? Sorry, auto spelling sucks. No idea. Just need to check something quickly. Yo, Mike Shatner. Just gotta check something that's on my phone. Something pertaining to this. Related to that. I got it. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Mike Shannon says, my theory is that Barry is fine. My second theory is that Barry joined the army. Barry! Barry joined the army. Does anyone here watch the Gaming Beaver, says Jurassic Godzilla fan? Yes, I do. Ah. Do you know what? It might be easy actually. Thank God she has eyes, says Michael Pierce. Yeah, I have, she has eyes. I just, you know, I add them in on this one later. This is my little sheet. And you can see she's quite angry there. I haven't had to use that one. Some rough drawings. I came up with the design of this character on, as you can see there, on that date, and that was on the plane to Fallen Kingdom's premiere. I was like on the plane to that, designing Rose. The Gaming Beaver is fun to watch. My favourite videos of his are the fish feed and grow ones, just because they're so stupid. And I love that he always tries to, like, break the game. Michael Pierce says, would be kind of neat to make a pupil or light reflection look like the shape of a mosquito and amber in one frame clip. Little Easter egg. Oh, there's already some Jurassic Easter eggs, not to mention the whole bloomin' thing. But yeah. Big Shark the Master Brick says, hey Jack, have you seen the Ray Arnold figure leak for the Legacy line? That's a fan-made picture. It's a custom build. I hate to break it to you. It does look cool though. And they should hire him if they, you know, are inclined to make Ray Arnold. I just hope Rose is a sweet grandma-like character and not an old woman with an attitude. There are too many of those characters, says Mike Shatner. Oh, I think Rose is interesting. I just got on Netflix and Godzilla Planet of the Monsters 3 is there, says Jurassic Godzilla fan. Nice. Right, so let me just tweak Rose here and get rid of the platform because I'm going to need to do this on whole body. This is the lighting phase. That's too much. There we go, done that. And then I just get the darker burn tool and darken this side because the sun is over this way. Okay, so we've got Rose done. You'll be like talking about her plans. Yes, yes, hello, hello. Oh, oh. Anyway, okay, so Rose is done. John. Now John is interesting because he is the one she's talking to for the most part, but he's on the other side of the platform essentially. And this one, instead of like just using an already pre-made asset, I'm going to draw this. Oh, that's a bit too big. I'm going to draw this from scratch. So I will look at the chat in a second, just understand. Yeah, that's sort of what he should be like. Maybe the arm should be a little bit higher. Ooh. A little bit higher. And his hat should be a little bit different. Yeah, something like that. I like John as a character to draw. He's a very sort of angular character. So I would say he's relatively easy to sort of get his recognizable traits down. Same for Rose, actually. There are other characters which prove to be a little bit more of a challenge. You know what, I'm going to change his moustache. Yeah, that's more what he's like. If I put him there. Yeah, so he's going to be something like that. Maybe a bit bigger, actually. Yeah, about there. That's good. Right, what are we looking at? What are you guys saying? Random question. What is your favourite battle of World War II? Do you know what? I haven't done that much research into World War II to know. I could name you the most famous ones. Admittedly, that's an area of history I haven't. I've only seen the cliches of, and the most like notable ones like D-Day and stuff that spring to mind. But I've heard of other ones, but they've just not stayed in my mind. Yo, Jurassic King, welcome. What do you think of the designs of Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah and Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters, says Jurassic Godzilla fan. I haven't really looked at them because I'm sort of keeping away from that until the film's out. Big Shark says, how do you guys feel about the new Dino Riders figures? They look cool. They look cool. If I was 12 again, I'd be loving them. But Battle of Britain, yeah, that's one. Yeah. The Dam Busters mission, yeah. That's what Michael Tharm's saying. Michael Tharm says yes, but I'm not keen on the new Rex. That Rex actually, in like paint scheme, might be the best one of the bunch in my opinion. But I've seen the action feature, and it's like, yeah, it's a bit odd. But then again, like, yeah, I'm not really overly fussed by getting the toys myself. But my nephew loves them. For Christmas, we got him the Endoraptor, and we got him the Jeep, the classic Jurassic Park Jeep. Aha. Mike Shatner says, my favourite battle of World War II would have been the one with the least casualties. One could argue the best battle would be the one with the least casualties but did the greatest amount of good. That's another way of putting it. Jurassic Godzilla asks, what is your favourite Godzilla film from the Heisei series? Probably Godzilla, or Godzilla vs. Mothra Battle for Earth. Probably that one. That or Biolantine, I think. This is the part where I've just got to colour in. And it might look like a bit of a slow process because you're probably thinking, why don't you just fill that? And do you know what? I'm asking myself the same question. Let's see if I can so fill the gap here. Oh no, there is a reason I'm doing that. That's stupid. Don't do that. Stick with what you're doing, Jack. Do what you know. Do what you know, right? Stick to the plan. Yes. I'll show you something cool in a minute that I drew. Which I think you guys might like to see. Concerning Dino-Defenders. I'll just get this guy's skin down. Gonna get the whites in his eyes down as well because I'm sort of neating up the edges later. What now should I say? Michael Shatner asks, what do you think of the USA? It's one of the most interesting countries on planet Earth. And potentially a debatable country for the most interesting on planet Earth. But then again, who knows? How does one even judge something like that? When it comes to the nations of people, how can one just put a favorite? Unless you have some sort of standards. And that's why I hold America in high regards. Big Shark says they could do so much with the legacy line, but they're only doing repaints of figures that they have already made. Well, there's a few new dinosaurs, you know, in the Jurassic Park rival line. Gotta count your blessings, man. What was there? Rhamphorhynchus, Dimetrodon, Plesiosaur's coming, a Brachiosaurus is coming. Let's not forget. Styracosaurus, Concavenator, Draco Rex. The Lost World Parasaurolophus. And that's not even in the Legacy collection. I think they're doing. I think you're spoilt for choice. I think Mattel's biggest issue is humans. They need more humans because they've got more than enough dinosaurs. Need more people characters, man. Okay, let me show you this thing that I've been working on. That I did in my spare. Well, in my time. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this is an animation idea I doodled down for one of the dinosaurs in this series. It's like coming up with like using your idea, Michael. That's what I meant when I took it to heart, and I'm using it on a different frame. I decided to sort of start from scratch on this one, so I came up with this concept of mapping out the trajectory of animation. That guy looks like he lifts, says Jason Kruger. Do you even lift, bruh? Do you even lift? But do you, though? Do you even lift? Do you even lift, though? Do you? Do you even lift? Come on, tell me. Does the lifting partake in your household? In your chapter, dear sir, do you do the lifting? Jurassic King says, I want to get a great bull T-Rex from Mattel. New sculpt and new action feature. That would be pretty good. Again, like Jurassic World Evolution, I think it'd be wise if they looked at doing an alternate T-Rex sculpt for the male. Michael Thumb says they need to make the JP generic workers for Raptor scene, the cleaners for the visit center, and a random lab assistant 1 and 2. Yeah, I think they need to make a figure of you know, the guy in the pink shirt who opens the gate at Jurassic Park. Right, once I've got the edges done, I can just up my brush size. Ba-blam. Kablamo. Got that done. You know, when we went to the Studio Ghibli Museum in Japan, like they showed the process of how they obviously do their animations in the traditional way, and the sort of method was actually not too dissimilar to how I do stuff on here. They get like a drawing and then they use these oil paints that they fill under the lines, and then they, you know, scrape off the paint like this. That's around the edges. And it was just, it was funny because I was looking at it and I was like, huh, that's funny. They do that like with tangible stuff, and I do it mostly digitally. Digital style. Hey, this is fun. Jason Kruger said they should release a figure of a giant parasaur from Trespasser. Barry the Berry Commander, says the Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus. Barry the Baryonyx Bartender. There you go. They could be called Dino-Defenders. Well. That name is going to be hopefully synonymous with this series. Jack, what did you think of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and is it one of your favourite Godzilla films of all time? What, the original one or the one in the Heisei era? I like the original one a lot. Like, I think it's great. It's cheesy as all heck, but it's a lot of fun. The Heisei era one I really liked. Not as much as I thought I was going to, though. I thought I was going to enjoy it a lot more, but maybe I need to rewatch it. But the time travel stuff and everything, I was like, whoa, this is getting mad. But not in a bad way. It was like a lot to take in on first viewing. John Hammond has still not become a figure yet, says Michael Farm. I know, it's criminal. Criminal! Right, so let's... what else are you guys saying? Big Shark says, I'm still surprised Eli Mills and Dieter Stark haven't been made figures yet. Dieter Stark! Dieter Stark was a figure. Dieter Stark's right here. Where is he? Ugh. Yeah. I got Dieter Stark right here. Here he is. Hey man, what's going on? Roland! My nephew loves playing with those. That's why I have him out, because he was over here the other day. He's playing with them. When he's a little bit, he's getting to that age now where like it's going to be very soon. I'm sort of going to be handing him more of my stuff to play with. Martin Blagoff says, what do you think about the boy who has almost every superpower but deals with the loss of his brother? It's an idea for a comic I'm making. Sounds intriguing. Sounds quite archaic. Oh no, like not archaic, what am I talking about? Archetype. That's the word I'm looking for. Sounds like an archetypal story. Tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Oh dearie me. Right. Okay, John, you're looking pretty swish. So let's merge those layers and get rid of that layer. We'll put John behind there, and we'll add the trees back in. Oh no, actually no, we'll keep them like this for now. Right, now we're going to get into smoothing out John's face and hat. And that way he'll start to look really good. Jason Kruger says, Turn 3000, is there anything in the DPG campaign you personally disliked or disagreed with when you were making it? That's an interesting question. When it comes to the design phase, when we're first making the website and we're coming up with like the design of you know, the look of it and everything, we wanted to obviously emulate what we saw on set, but we also wanted it to be its sort of own unique experience that was different to what we saw on set. So and we had this vision of what it was going to look like, and that's always a compromise because everyone brings ideas to the table, and then you're like, well, that will work if we do this, but if we do this, you know, like a good example is the T-Rex in the banner at the top of the website. Originally that wasn't there, and then we looked at Colin sent us like example websites of like how he envisioned it, and then we were like, okay, so we should have an animal in the top corner, and what better animal to have in the top of your banner on a website than the T-Rex? So we put that up in there, and then we had a back and forth taking it down and putting it back on, and then we all agreed that actually, because there is a version of the DPG website in the film that's like similar to ours, you can see it behind Franklin in sort of style in the movie, and that doesn't have a T-Rex in the top, but then we settled on leaving the T-Rex in because we figured it was the best look for the website. But in terms of like content and stuff, we're always pitching ideas for what to write, and then you kind of have to, if you come up with like an idea of, like for example, when we were writing the stuff about the history of the Spinosaurus and stuff, we had to state our case for why that was important in terms of the argument for saving the lives of the dinosaurs. We were like, look, the people would be thinking of these animals in one of two ways, and you know, they're either dangerous or they're animals that should be protected because we brought them into the world. So we're like, so what would the arguments be in that case? And we thought, well, the abuse of the dinosaurs already, which shows our incompetence at handling them through negligence, and so that's why we decided to use the past events to sort of come up with the ideas for that. But we had to state a case to Universal and the filmmakers, like you always do when you come up with an idea and be like, we want to do this. And like, if I come up with a crazy idea, I take it to Tim and I'm like, Tim, you gotta listen to this, like this could work. And then he either agrees or disagrees, and he'll bring an idea to me and I'll agree or disagree on that, and we're always going on a back and forth of ideas until we nail which ones we think that's just it, that has to go in because it's good. But like, it's actually rare, it's quite rare that we actually you know, find an impasse or a disagreement that we can't come to some compromise on. Like, editing is the key. There's loads of stuff that don't make it into those. That were, like, you know, leftovers or just things that we were like, oh, we won't be able to fit this in, or actually it was a better idea to keep this out. You know, so it's always it's a creative process. Jack, how was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla? As fun as I could imagine it being. Like, really good. Just wish I could see it in English. But, yeah. It was very cool to see. Finally. Although that singing scene. Ugh. It's I can see why people, like, I can actually visualize why people say it's the one of their favorites, one of the best of the Showa era, if not the best. But I wanna know the story from the talking points, literally. What now? What is his ear shape? That's what I always forget. What's his ear shape? It's just like a little line. Yeah. Where's Clayton? I don't know. He's probably busy making a video of his own. Probably playing Trespasser. I've been enjoying his playthrough of Trespasser because I owned that game. I still do. It's here somewhere. And that's like the original version, which is just like, ugh, almost virtually impossible to play. Or at least it was back in 1998. I only remember getting about maybe to level 3, if I remember correctly, before it was like virtually unplayable, and I was really young, bear in mind, so my attention span only went on for so long. And so it's been really interesting seeing someone actually play through it. Right, let's use the highlight tool. See you later, Jurassic Godzilla fan. It's like a lot of work, but damn if I'm not learning a ton too, says Michael Pierce. What are you learning about? Was it something I said, or was something said in the chat that I missed? Do you know what? That needs to be bigger. Oh no, what am I doing? And Michael Pitts says, I was talking about what I'm learning from making our Jurassic Explorer documentary. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, wait. Because you said I have nearly 20 hours of footage to sit through, still one final interview to go, as well as upload loads of B-roll. It's been really interesting doing documentary, though. Yeah, man. Sorry, I missed that message. Like I've done video editing since I was 7, but this is a whole new level, especially with the video editor I'm learning too. It's feeling a whole new level of professional now. Well, practice makes perfect. That's what they say. And that is true. That's annoying me. Need to get in there. Get in nice and close. Get in there and do the autopsy. Get in there with a scalpel and start fixing it. Alright, there we go. Right, let's add the... Oh wait, he needs one more extra little line under his eye. The kind of... Yeah, that eye. There we go. Shows he's like quasi-concerned to some degree. And now... Oh, this is probably better if I put the background on. Okay, what are you saying? Rip off Alan Grant, yes! The Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus. It is the return of Rip off Alan Grant. He's nothing like Alan Grant in the story. He's not even a paleontologist. But I do like that nickname. It is funny. Okay, so there you go. We've got two characters. There's all of them are on the bridge, so I need to do other ones. But I'm just going to save this. Michael Pierce is saying he's just concerned that Grandma's eyes disappeared before Jack drew them. Yeah. Well, so the next character I'm going to do is... do you know what? I don't need this anymore. I'm just trying to think of like who's on the bridge. Jess. Kate. Do I have Kate? Oh no, I'm gonna have to. Let me just see if I've got this file. No, I don't have that file. Okay. Right. Just trying to think which thing that's in. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to have to send myself a file quickly. Okay, that's uploading, so just have to wait for that to upload. What are we looking at on time-wise? An hour and a half. Ooh. Yeah, sounds... good. Might have a break in a little while, and then I'll come back. to wait a little while. It's looking pretty darn good. Do you know what? It might actually be helpful to blur the background even more. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, there you go. Maybe down a little bit more. There we go. Get some good focus. And then maybe darken this area a little bit more because of the tree. Actually, that's a good idea. So here you go. Let's do something special. Let's darken this whole area here. Give you some visual, metaphoricalness. Symbolic lighting. She is in the shade. He is in the light. There you go. How about that? Because that pertains to what she's doing. So maybe I'll just make the background like that. I will up the brightness overall because it'll be in the background. Actually, do you know what? Looked better before, but I can still do a little bit to that. Oh, no. Hey. Oh no, that's not. Yeah, there we go. I got it. I got it. There you go, yeah. She's more in the dark than he is in the light. Because it is dusk in this part of the story. Let's get some more of that. And what is that? There is a bit of lighting down there that shouldn't be there. Right, let's see if I got this file. I do. Right, download. This might take a while. It's a huge file. I'll let that download. John. I'm trying to think. Is John a little bit too small? Let's have a look. No. Yeah, that look pretty good. Like that. So yeah, so as I said, she will put her layer above, put rows above John. So she should walk over like, yes, but she'll get bigger as she gets closer to the edge because she'll be coming towards the camera. Yeah, she'll be walking along, saying and getting to this point here, saying what she's saying. All right, what are we looking at? How big is that? Get info. Okay. Just waiting for that file to download now. I'm wondering if that's a bit too thick compared to how I've drawn it in other frames. Let's reduce the. I think that's more like what it's meant to be. I've got the whole top of that walkway bit right there. I think we're coming to the end of the Operation Genesis soundtrack. What it sounds like. Yep, and now we're on to the Overwatch soundtrack. As per usual. get that over there. There we go. So okay, yeah, I think that's a bit better. Maybe I can up the brightness on that as well. Go for highlights. Oop. Did I just do that? I just got rid of the bloomin' thing. If you click again there. There we go. Guess not yet. There we go. Now I'm going to darken all over this side, just down here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. Not to that scale. Maybe we'll do it. Zoom out a bit. Get this. Yeah, like that. Okay, have we downloaded it? No, not yet. Oh my word. Big file. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll go have my break and then I'll be back. Only a few short minutes. I'm going to top up my tea and go to the toilet and whatnot. And then I'll be back to continue this once this big file is downloaded. So hang in there, folks. I will be back. I will be back. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Yo. Dino the Freak says, "Hi, am I late? Seems like I'm relatively early. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 40 minutes. And I'm just going to keep going because why not? Why not? So I just made a fresh new brew. And you'll never guess what? Because I'm downloading a file. It's done. So let me just move that into the appropriate folder. Replace that file. Yep. Okay, so now if I close that file, nope. And then open the same file. There we go. Don't resolve. So this file, as you can see, has many characters in it. And so this one, we're focusing on this lady here. And, I'm thinking maybe she... which layer is she? Let's see if I can find her layer. Okay, outline, there we go. That's what I want. And so she is going to be stood, which is over here. No, wait, wrong one. Ooh. Attack of the 50-foot woman. Let's take her down a notch. Okay, so now let's remove that. I'll actually keep the platform in because that's about right. So if I just remove that, because you're not really going to see that, and get see, is that the one I want? No, I'll go for this one. Yeah, no. I need to find... Oh, which layer is that again? Oh my god, there's so many layers on this. I should really name all these as I go. Okay, that's the one. That's the one I was looking for. And let's pop that there, because it's essentially the same. Same angle, but it's the colours I mainly want. Let's go for her. Let's go for her hair first. Okay, where's the? There it is. Jason Kruger says, "You're late. We've been going on for 4 hours now." A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. That's not right. Let's sort that out right there. Rightio. Big Shark says, "Your last stream was fun to watch, Jack, even though you didn't add it to the archive." Yes, but that contained a dinosaur, so we've got to, you know, that's the one. They're the ones I'm saving. If I do a live stream with that involves a dinosaur, it would be very rare that I actually save that archive stream, because especially before the release of the episode. But I don't necessarily. I keep them, so then I can release them in the future, perhaps. The funny thing is, like, I would make a documentary if I do complete Dino-Defenders. It'd be nice to do that, but then it seems kind of not valid when you've got all these live streams of me making it, because it's like if you want to see the process and the making of it in such in-depth detail, then it's probably best to see the live streams, because you're literally watching it take place. But as I said, like as we go on in the future with this project, I will be looking to stream more interesting frames in terms of dino action and all that sort of stuff. But until the dinosaurs are released, as it were, onto the public in the episodes, you won't be seeing much dinosaurs, because I want to preserve the dinosaurs for the actual show to begin with. Dino the Freak says, I've been watching Clayton's Trespassers Let's Play, and wow, I've never quite realised how innovative and rich in lore it was, even if most of it's been retconned. Yeah, Trespassers is a goldmine of great ideas. It's just a shame that the game wasn't released in such a capacity where it would be looked at favourably. But then again, they got some of the lore wrong in the game, so that has to be taken into account. Big Shark says, what firearms do you plan to use for Dino-Defenders? Now that's an interesting question. So here's my answer to that question. Completely fictional, made up, on the spot ones. So there are a lot of firearms that will appear in Dino-Defenders, but I'm not necessarily looking at any pictures of real firearms, because I don't know. I think the purpose of a firearm in a narrative is to do exactly what a firearm does. You pull a trigger, it shoots a shot. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a real thing to make sense in the story, like a tangible named weapon. It just, like a sword. Like, you can watch any medieval film. You don't really need to know the make of the sword unless, like, they're doing a I don't know, like a historically accurate one. Maybe you'd like have a broadsword or something. But if you were to do like fantasy, you can just make up any of the weapons. I mean, they did that in Lord of the Rings. Like the weapon, you don't need to do it in fantasy. So because Dino-Defenders is in the realm of fantasy, then I'm just making up the weaponry. I hope that answers your question, because that's it. Martin says Godzilla better be in this. Godzilla's not in this. Godzilla would decimate everything in this story. Dino the Freak says, oh yeah, Jack, without getting into the spoilers, Michael Dougherty's confirmed that Godzilla 2 will retain a serious tone and will delve into concepts like global warming. Interesting concept, actually. Yeah. It is an interesting debate. Michael Tharm says, "Oh, what? So no singing sections? Damn." Oh no, is that how it writes full skin colour? try this. Yeah, that seems better. Well, let's just do that. Jurassic Muto G2K says, Pterodome 3000, what's up? Not much, Doc. Not much. Just having a nice time. Drinking a cup of tea. Painting some characters for my cartoon series. Chatting random stuff with you folks. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'll be changing the way her eyes look and maybe her eyebrows and her mouth. Give her a different expression. I probably... I don't know if I'll turn her head. I'll probably keep the head as it is actually. Michael Thumb says they better play the Jet Jaguar theme from Godzilla vs. Gigan. What, in the new Godzilla film? Punch, punch, punch! Right, got that bit done. Let's do... Oh wait, let's do the eyes before we forget. Let's freak out Michael Pierce if he's still watching. You'll have... kind of blank eyes for the most part. Oh, Michael Tharm says, no way, Godzilla vs. Megalon. Jack, how many characters have you made? Let me see. Let me see. Just on this page alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on this page, but there's actually 9, 10, 11, 12 technically, because this is the back of someone. The nine characters, but then there's also 3 more that we haven't seen. And then there's, oh my word, what's a good way of... There's more, like I've designed, but I haven't fleshed out because they haven't come into the episodes yet. So like this book here, I draw all the stuff in. So, so there's Dino-Defenders Episode 2 rough storyboards from November last year. Can't see those. Let's have a look. So you've got like this kooky science character. I was coming up with. And then I was modelling this guy, trying to get his look down. He's one of the like main guys. He's one of the main characters. He hasn't even come into it yet. And then here you go. Here's some of the weaponry if you want to see some of these characters. There's this guy I sketched out, and he's got this like taser, a massive taser gun. And then this guy, he's got like this like sniper rifle. So yeah, it's probably it was probably a bit too small to show you guys. Let me sorry about that. Let me make it bigger so you guys can actually see this. Yeah, so sorry, little scientist guy. It's probably a bit blurry, but you know, whatevs. And then yeah, these guys. So you can see they're like sketches of characters I've come up with. And then there was another one. Yeah, this character. These two characters, actually, there's two of them I've been working on, so we're getting there. Whee! Badass weapons. Well, if you're dealing with dinosaurs, you know, you gotta be on your guard. You gotta have weapons that, like, can take them down or whatever. That's on the outline layer, isn't it? Ah. Okay. So let's put that back, and then let's do her jacket. Dino the Freak says that's got to be awesome considering Godzilla has been present in 2014 as a confused and lonely soul who seems alienated by how much the Earth has changed due to his hibernization. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. I think he's, I don't know, is he angry at humans or something? Like, because in the 2014 film, I sort of took it as like he doesn't even care that humans are around. Like he just doesn't really give a crap about us. He doesn't like it when we shoot him, but he doesn't like really fight back against us all too much. He just sort of lumbers on, pushes past us, just completely ignoring us. Whereas like when he smashed through the San Francisco bridge, I never thought he was attacking the bridge. It just looked like he was just trying to get out of the way of getting shot. It was annoying. It was like, like, get away from me, annoying wasps. That's what it felt like. I don't know if he was looking at the humans and being like, what has happened to my domain? But we'll see. We'll see what they say in the new film. Michael Thumb says, how about a Tesla grenade or a Kingsman rifle? They both sound pretty awesome. He doesn't really care about us, but at the same time, says Dino the Freak, he more than likely feels lonely, as it's implied he has his own species and he hasn't seen a single creature like him who isn't a threat. Well, that's the thing. It's like we haven't seen him since 2014, so who knows how he's like changed as a character, if at all. We'll have to wait and see. Big Shark says, Clayton's just made a new video, I'll be back. Nice. I don't know what video it is. Oh, it's a Trespasser video. Ah, well, there you go. That's where he's been. Maybe if he sees that I'm streaming, maybe he'll pop by. Unless he had it on schedule. He might have scheduled the release of that video. Could be out walking his dogs. Dino the Freak says, I'd imagine there'll be a scene where he meets Rodan and gets sort of excited, only be disappointed and upset after Rodan may attack him out of realization, seeing him as a threat rather than a friend. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of cool. I want to know how they're going to handle the twin fairies for the Mothra. How they're going to do... I mean, they've come in many different forms in the Japanese ones. They've been tiny, tiny little fairies, or they've been normal people. But like twins, for the most part. Okay. Up and yeah, let's do the outline stuff now. The twins, the Shihobi, may not be included, and the main lead may be substitute, as she seen meeting Larvae Mothra up close in the San Diego Comic-Con trailer, implying a bond that may form between the two, similar to the twins. Yeah, I guess that works. See no problems there. Depends on how it's handled, I guess. Mothra. Michael Thumb says, you know who I would love to see in the Monsterverse? Gigan. If King Kong is... if King Ghidorah is the space dragon in this franchise, Megalon and Anguirus would work well with the Hollow Earth concept and Gorgosaurus for Kong. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Right, now I'm going to merge those two layers, and yeah, we have one Kate. We can now add the details. I don't know if you guys, if I showed you last time, I don't know if I can't remember if I did. When I was in Japan, I picked up, oh, I put it in a video, didn't I? I picked up this tiny little Ghidorah keyring, which is awesome. Put that just there, next to my Tomorrowland badge. Yeah. Love me some Tomorrowland. What else are you guys talking about? Oh, you're still talking about Godzilla. What a cute little earring of a planet-destroying space dragon that has terrified civilizations with just its mere utterance of its name. Ah, yeah, I know, right? Such destruction on one little keyring. Now, the question is, if it goes back. No. Do you know what? I'll do the eyes in a minute. I think the eyes are throwing me off. Let's do the eyebrows. I bet Ghidorah will be considered as the most impressive special effects ever put to film, as an idea of CD animation, motion cap spectacle sounds amazing as hell. Maybe she should be looking out on what they're looking at. Might be a good idea. Proudly looking over their creation. What is he saying? Akatham says, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with the animation in the next Godzilla film. They shot the last one. The last one was cracking. It was shot crackingly. That it was. That it was. No. Just make this bit of hair. And here a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Do you know what? I still don't like the eyes. I think I can move them. It would be nice to have them. She's gonna look funny now. Yeah. There we go. And then just use a darker colour just to do the outline of the eye again. Oh, not that one. This one. Yeah, we're back to Rampage Edition now. Let's turn this up. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I hope that's loud enough. I've just turned it down. The soundtrack to this game does kick off really nicely. I just need to check a frame. Big Shark is back, nice. Alright, guys. Alright. How much tea have I got? Ooh. Oh yeah, no. I just totally got distracted. I was checking something on my phone to do with this frame. Okay. That was it. The glasses. Big Shug says, who has watched Clayton's video? Not me. I will be after I've finished streaming though. Oh my god, what am I doing? Too busy thinking about my tea. Oh my god. What am I doing? Oh my god, I've got the thickest brush. Oh, now the thinnest one. There you go, that's better. Okay, let's put the light on our glasses the way around. And then she needs a necklace. Michael Farm says, "Off for food, chaps. I don't want. If I don't come back before you sign off, please. Chatting, watching, seeing you on the next stream and Twitter. No worries, man. been streaming for 2.5 hours. I might be going for a while. I'm determined to finish this picture, and I've got... Let me work this out. I've got... Oh my word. How many... 1, 2, 3 characters to do still. So we're only halfway there. Let's go change that to K example. This reminds me of the music we're listening to now is in the new Sick Trike video about Muldoon. It's so funny. So funny. If you haven't seen it, go on Sick Trike's YouTube channel right now and watch his latest one called Muldoon. Oh my word. So funny. Okay, that looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit too thick still. I can just take the colour of the eyebrow. Yeah, I think that's it now. Dino-Defenders says, I love Rampage Edition, much less infuriating than the previous Sega Jurassic Park game. Big Shark says, you're right about Sick Trike's video. Yes. Oh my word. So good. So funny. Not this track. There we go. Right, let's do the... Oh, look at that. That you can see I haven't done the outside of her, so let's... Yeah, look at that, look, behind the white. It's chaos. Take the white background away and you see all the imperfections. Actually, that's probably best if I redo this bit. Oh, wow. Because she has her sleeves rolled up, so you would have her arm. Go to about 4. Dino the Freak says, this character you're drawing right now reminds me of Risuku Akari from Evangelion, but without short blonde hair. Nice. Nice. I've never watched that show. I've heard good things about it. Kaiju Dust 92 says, just arrived and I'm already confused. Well, hello. I'm painting a frame for a cartoon series I'm working on. And I'm working on characters on this bridge. So, that's what we're doing. Simple as that. Working on a frame for a cartoon series. New layer. Where we go? New layer. Yep. Blam. It's just a simple, complete white, and then I'll continue with the arms. I just wanted to do this before I forget. Somehow. There we go. Now let's just merge those layers. And then continue with the arms. Cool. All right. So don't worry, Kaiju Dust. I'll wait till you ask the question. It comes out on Netflix in a couple of months. Just reminding you. Oh, Evangelion. Yeah, yeah. If it does, I'll have to check it out when I can. Kaiju Dust. Is this the track for the show, the music playing? No, this is from Jurassic Park for the Super Nintendo. Rampage Edition. The Jurassic Park's Rampage Edition soundtrack. That's what we're listening to. The music for the show hasn't been composed yet, but it will be hopefully soon. If I can get these last few frames finished. Less than 10. It's less than 10 frames left. I've mapped it out. So okay, so I think we've come to the point where we need to do the lighting for this character. So let's get her into the right position, which is there. But we'll light her as if the character's not there. Right, so we want a highlighting tool, and we want to go add a few, maybe not that big. Maybe not that bright. Yeah, there we go. And then go 38 again, or whatever it was. Okay, what else are you guys saying? Sorry, Sega Genesis, yes, not Super Nintendo. What am I talking about? Oh no, did they bring it out on Super Nintendo? Or was it just Sega Genesis? I don't know. Epic Jason says, I've literally just got back from being out. How's it going, Pterodome? Wait, boobs? What did I miss exactly? You missed the creation of that character. The Chaos Continues is SNES. Rampage Edition was for the Genesis and Mega Drive. Wow, okay. Okay, cool. Kaiju Dust says, what inspired your show? Looks like it's going to be cool when it's out. Well, several things inspired the show. But to cut a long story long, my wife challenged me to learn how to draw humans better. And so I figured the best way to do that was to put the challenge of drawing humans in the vessel of a cartoon show of my own design, inspired by Jurassic Park, Alien, religious texts, and other things. And also to fill a void of a mature-leaning dinosaur show that would be interesting. And I'm doing it in the style of like a almost Saturday morning cartoon meets Disney style. So it will look very sort of kid-friendly upon first glance, but the show's not. Kind of like South Park. You know how South Park, you know, at first glance, South Park could look like it's something for kids, but if you really watch the show, it's not. And that's essentially what I'm trying to achieve with this. And so I've got like a Patreon set up for it. If I just flick up the advert, you can see there's like an advert for the Patreon. And yeah, so it's coming soon. Episode 1 is almost finished. I've almost finished all the frames for episode 1. There's going to be 6 episodes in total, and when they're all finished, I will, if I hopefully get them all finished, I'll glue them all together to make one long narrative. But you know, if yeah, it's just something I'm just doing for a bit of fun and to teach myself to draw humans and stream and show you guys the process, but not the spoilers, and bring unique content to my channel, as well as because we're releasing this through my company as well, hopefully, Chaos Theorem. I'm going to look at the logistics of that, and yeah, so I wanted to bring content to the YouTube channel that wasn't just content that you see every day, and so yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Obviously, like with any animation, it takes a while. But that's why I've set the Patreon up, because if more people support the project, and you don't have to, but if more people support the project, then the more time I'll have to work on it, because I'll be able to be at home more, essentially, and work on it. But regardless of if I meet the goals on the Patreon, I will still be releasing Dino-Defenders, but it will just take a very long time to come out. So that's the plan. Cool. So okay, there you go. There she is. He's looking a little bit too light in colour. Maybe I need to change the contrast of him. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that matches a little bit better. Maybe I'll up the orange a little bit with a bit of colour balance. Yeah, all like there's trailers and everything on the Patreon that you can see and find and learn a little bit more about how I'm making it. Epic Jason says, "Are you aware of the dinosaur figures by Rebor? They, along with the figures by Papo and Vitia, are among the best dinosaur figures on the market. They look very, very close to being movie accurate." Yeah, no, I've seen them. I've seen them. I don't tend to collect many statues, if I'm honest. I've never been sort of personally inclined to pick one up, but they do. Like if you're into that, like oh my god, they look amazing. Like there's no doubt about that. Okie dokie, right. So let me save this because we've got 3 characters. So I've been streaming for 2 hours 45 minutes. That's 3 characters of 6 down. Okay. Who's next? Let me... Oh, I've drunk my tea, so let me open this can of sugary rubbish, because I haven't had much sugar today. And this isn't the good kind, so I'm sort of stabbing myself in the foot a bit here. Right, so let's name that Leia, Kate, and now we're going to get Jess. And now I actually have a frame with Jess already kind of looking up. Very rough drawing still. Let's see if I can find that layer. let's see. Where is she? Oh, why is this so small? There we go. Let me see if I can spot it. She's right up in the top of the left-hand corner. I should really name these layers. I should really name the layers. I'll have to go through it and name them up, you know, when I feel inclined to. No, that's not it. There it is, I've got it, right. So that one I can just drag over. Yeah, I'm going to trace over it. She is stood like here. Maybe not that big. Actually, let me just have a look at frame I did. Yeah. Okay, so she might be like a bit bigger. There we go. But her face actually it should be facing Rose. So grab her head and turn it. Up there. What else are you guys saying? Dino the Freaks is gonna go off for a bit. I'll make sure to come back. I think I read that actually. What dinosaurs are in this? Asked Kaiju Dust. The ones I've revealed publicly are Camarasaurus, Proceratops, Megalosaurus, Megaraptor, and I think that's all I've announced currently. Love the Meg, says Kaiju Dust. I will say the dinosaurs that aren't appearing in this, there's no T-Rex, there's no Stegosaurus, there's no Brachiosaurus, there's no Triceratops, no Parasaurolophus, no Spinosaurus, no Baryonyx, no Ceratosaurus, no Ankylosaurus, no Pteranodon, and no flying reptiles at all, I believe. I'm going for some more of the obscure ones, and there is a reason for that in the plot. And none of the stereotypical dinosaurs. Yeah. Let's have some fun with some other dinosaurs. There's a few in there that I haven't mentioned that I'm like so excited because I've got some ideas for these certain dinosaurs and I'm like, ooh, we're gonna have some fun. Lots of blood, lots of action, lots of lessons to be learned. No, that's a bit like the mouth that we had on that one. It's Epic Jason says, aside from finally getting around to recording the beginning of Primal Rage Mugen Series 2, I'm planning on finally attempt to beat Jurassic Park 2 The Chaos Continues a third time. That game's so difficult. Kaiju says, nice to see the creativity in new dinosaurs. Yeah, why not? Why not? That's what I say. No velociraptors as well. There's the Mega Raptor, but there's no velociraptors in this story. And it's my attempt at telling a dinosaur story that, you know, it plays on very similar themes, but I've got an idea for how I can make it kind of its own thing. Ah. Yo, Martin. She looks like she's on drugs. Maybe not such big pupils. Kaiju Dust 90 says, what program do you use? I'm using Photoshop and some editing software. But a lot of the frames, like, the animation is minimal in a lot of the frames. It's more about the story, but also there are animated sequences. It's going to be like an animated silent movie. That's the way I've been sort of looking at it. Yo, Dino, welcome back. Am I looking like... Yeah, I guess the colours are right on there. Kaiju Dust says, so they don't talk then. No, there's like speech bubbles. If you on the Patreon page, you can see there's a if you scroll down the post, I posted a link to a trailer, not the Patreon preview that's in the description, but in a post. You'll see like how the text is going to come up, and it's like the music's going to tell the emotion of the thing. You'll hear some sound effects as well, hopefully, because you want to hear the dinosaurs, obviously. And but like the reason I'm not doing voice actors is, one, I don't know if I can afford professional voice actors at this time, and I figured, you know, if I need to voice act it later on, I will. I'll get voice actors to go over it, but to save time and, you know, waiting on voice actors and all that sort of stuff, if I did find them, I figured for now I'd release it as like a silent movie, but it has some reading. Well, Epic Jason, if I ever come to putting voice actors in it, I'd be looking, I'd be hiring. So it's like, if I do choose that, then of course I'll make it so people can send in stuff. I'll do a call out for people. But as far as I'm doing it right now, I'm not having voice actors because it's just the vision I have in my head. I don't need them, and I think. Like it's like a live comic, a living comic book in a way. It's like something I haven't really seen before properly. Like a video game cutscene, but an actual movie, if that makes sense. Or a series to begin with, and then edited into a movie. Kaiju just says their facial expressions look like in the Lost World when they say the para's getting lassoed down. Good. I'm glad I'm getting across that kind of emotion, because that is pretty similar. Not the events are not similar. That's not what's happening in this scene, but the emotion is sort of close to that, if that makes sense. I'm glad I'm giving that off with these characters. Because that's the thing is, like, what I've come to learn from drawing this all on my own is I have to be set designer, I have to act and play these characters. It's like, it's really funny. It's like, if I can't get the emotion of the characters across in my drawing as well as I can, then they won't look believable. Or at least believable in terms of you've got to go along with the story. Yeah, I've learnt, like, I play many roles. Like the set designer, the costume designer, prop maker, writer, producer, director, editor, everything. Except for music. And consultation. And 3D animation. That's... I've got a good friend of mine working on some 3D animation for this. Kaiju Dust says, does something happen here if you could saw a world that's spoil? I'm not quite understand your question there, Kaiju Dust, sorry. Looking Goofjack says, Imperial Diamonds, thank you. I wonder if this is leading a dino abuse taking place. I could be wrong. You'll have to wait and see. Epic Jason, we have a lot in common since my own anime project. I had to literally design everything. It's a lot of world building, but it shows how dedicated a person is to their own craft. And well, and as I said, like, this is me learning how to, like, the initial push for this project was my wife challenging me to draw humans better. So it's like, what better way to do that than do something where, like, you have to have all these human characters in different positions. And what style are you going to go for, you know? And how are you going to tackle that problem? So I went with very stylized. That was my plan. I think that is where Rose is going to have to end up. Okay, we've got another character done. Woo! Save. What are we looking at? Sorry for the spelling, but there is something in this. Is there something in this scene here that happens, like a dino get hurt, or if they like discover something they shouldn't? I'm not saying. It's not as. Think this is episode 1 still, so it's not as. I mean, okay. Put it this way. I know you don't know who these characters are or what they do. But this character is definitely not watching a dinosaur getting abused. There's no dinosaur abuse going on in this scene. She's saying something. I said at the beginning of the stream, she's outlining her plan. Or her goal. Of what they're doing here. So, because this is, I said in a previous stream, this character of Rose is the person who's running this whole thing. She's my Hammond, but she's not Hammond. Let's just put it that way. Imperial Diamond Spencer says, fans, will this happen? Will that happen? Jack, I'm not saying. Trust me, like, it's better to experience it and then I can answer all those sort of questions. But mainly because this what's the way of wording it? So the process of showing you how I'm making it and having this dialogue basically means... No, you don't have to be sorry, man. But showing the process of making it is like... I'm showing you a scene from a cartoon I'm working on, but you still have no idea what's going on. So it's like I'm editing choice scenes online in live streams, so you can see it being made. You kind of you've kept updated with where I am with things, and you get to talk to me direct. So ask questions like that. Dino-Defenders, she's more like novel Hammond. I'm going to assume, maybe worse. Well, assume away, but I'm not saying. I'll show what I'll show, boy, but I'm not showing it, says Epic Jason. Yeah, something along those lines. Okay, so who are we doing next? We have this guy here. And Wesley, that's his character's name, is Kyle Wesley. No, I want the... Where's that one? Is that... Where is this? Wesley leaning. Wesley, there we go. So I'm going to take this one. And he is actually stood behind her, so you're not really going to see too much of him. He's going to be sort of peeping. Do you know what? Even behind John. Yeah, I think he's going to be like here. But let's now remove all of this. Bang, blang, blam, bling. And blam. And we'll go back in here. Imperial Diamond Spinosaur says rip off Alan Grant. I see you there. Yes, you do. But he's not like Alan Grant. He's nothing like Alan Grant. He is not even a paleontologist. I said that earlier in the stream as well. We're just going round in circles, my dear boy. I believe we're lost. Yes, Yeah, so. Yo, Jacob. He's not even Michael Wolfskin or Dr. Snare. I imagine this guy will be mauled again in the later episode and might not survive, says Dino the Freak. I think I'll have to wait and see. Kyle Wesley. He wears his history on his face. One way of putting it. Jacob Arnold asks, hey Jack, have you ever seen the 2003 Hulk movie by Ang Lee? Yes, I have. It's one of my favourite Marvel movies. If not my favourite Marvel movie. Might just be my favourite out of all of the ones that have Marvel in the opening crawl. Epi Jason says Kyle Reese. I mean Kyle Wesley. Yeah. Kaiji Dust says, in this vid, are you going to show some of the dinosaurs? I don't mind if you don't. If you want... okay, I'll say this. I'm not going to show any dinosaurs in this stream. But if you want to see some, or one of them, I think, if you go to the Patreon page, which is obviously linked... there, am I right? I need to have a look. Yeah, there. If you go to that link, you'll see some concept art and in the trailer, in the posts, there's the Proceratops makes a brief cameo. I don't think you see his legs or anything. That's the platform. No. I don't think you see his side of his face. Imperial Diamonds, dinosaurs. Jack, no dinosaurs. Fans, why you bully us? It ain't bullying, man. I'm just trying to save the surprise. Make it so the wait's worth it, hopefully. Okay, let's put that there to about 3. Let's get Rose in there. Um, Epic Jason says, I saw a video recently where they mentioned that the Carnotaurus in Lockwood Mansion has the original Kenner Demon colour scheme. If that's true, I've never noticed it before. Yeah, they based the Carnotaurus, from what I know, they did base the Carnotaurus's colour scheme off the both the Lost World Kenner Carnotaurus's action figures, which is pretty darn sweet if you ask me. Yo, Dino Gaming. No, Jacob Arnold. Jacob Arnold asks. All right, let's get this out of the way. Nip this in the bud. He says, "Hey Jack, who is that annoying butthurt guy, Egypticus Free, that's always on your Twitter posts?" And then he replied to Dino saying, "The reasons why I'm calling him out is because he constantly asks very stupid questions that any Jurassic Park fan should already know by now, and that he's extremely rude towards Jack." Correction: his negativity is not aimed towards me. It's aimed towards the people who made the movie. So it's not towards me. He hasn't ever said anything personally against me. I find the guy to be interesting. That's why I talk to him. It's like, if I didn't want to talk to him, I wouldn't talk to him. The Imperial Diamond sponsor says, checked Patreon, didn't see anything you like. Scroll down to the posts, like my blog post, and you'll see a link to the trailer. In the trailer is the Proceratosaurus. Yeah, exactly. Jacob Arnold, I've noticed. Yeah, Dino, I wouldn't worry about. Don't pay attention, is what I'm saying. Like, there we go. Right, now let's just finish adding his scars. You'd have to say sorry, man. You don't have to say sorry. Just don't put logs on the fire. It's one way of putting it. There we go. So now we have him, and I have to do the lighting for this character too. Let's just move Jess out of the way so I can see. Epic Jason, due to half of Pixel not supporting Adobe Flash anymore, I'm actually going to do some editing as fix my dinosaur designs and introduce some new characters and vehicles. Nice. Jacob Arnold, he says, it's no excuse to be an asshole towards other people who both worked on it and love the movie. He can say whatever he likes. I'm not bothered by it. I wouldn't know. It has nothing. You don't have to concern yourself with anything of that, Jacob. Don't put that unnecessary pressure on yourself. I wouldn't worry about playground politics in people discussing a movie. So I actually enjoy Egypticus Free's Instagram account. I think he posts some amazing stuff. I have nothing personally against the guy, and you shouldn't either. Even if you see him do something bad, just it's not your business in a sense. Let's put it that way. There's been no real issues really. Yeah, see you later, Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus. Dino the Freak says, people have their right to disagree with a filmmaker and his or her work. Exactly. It doesn't make them an asshole. It actually makes them interesting if they know what they're talking about. Well, I was saying this earlier, like, the reason I engage in conversations like that one, which you're talking about, like, the guy says that the film has lazy writing, right? If that's true, I would love to watch that movie that he has in his head, because if he says there's lazy writing, that insinuates that you know that there could be something better. So I want to know what that something is, because I would much rather watch that film, because I already like the one they've released. So the one that he's mentioning, if he thinks it's going to be better and it turns out that it would be, then man, like, come on, sign me up. But the reality is we don't have that. But I'd rather hear the ideas of like how it could be better. So if in the future, you know, this continues, you know, we can all strive towards making something better. That's the way I look at it. It's like, I have nothing personal against the guy or whatever. I'd rather hear out his ideas. But if he says it's lazy writing, and then when I ask why, there's no like credible reasons for why, then what can I do with that? I'm just debating an opinion. So, but we'll see. We'll see what comes of it, if anything, really. It's just a Twitter conversation after all. Yes, Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus, you're on the list of people for your super chat. That wasn't tonight, was it? That was a previous stream, I believe. I've just checked. I haven't seen any super chats this evening so far. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, some people can get really, really confused by what's going on when people discuss things that they disagree upon. People on the outside, I'm talking about. They can think that it's, like, really angry going on, but if you, like... It's like, if you don't inflict that emotion upon the conversation that you're reading, you might find that the tone of it shifts. Like, everyone reads, at the moment, everyone tends to have this, like, weird notion that everything you read has this, like, angry voice behind it on social media. But what if it doesn't? And that's, like, the way I approach it. I rarely get angry over Twitter. It's like, I do my best to, like, word things that are kind of, you know, they just get to the point. I'd rather try my best to get to the point rather than riff-raff or let emotions really get in the way, because it's pointless. And it's called social media after all. Come on, it's like, that's the whole point of it, is to socialise, even if you disagree on something. That's the very point. That's why we're all on there. It's like, like, hello, did anyone tell you? It's social media. Social media calling. You're socialising on here. And you might meet people you don't like, or have an opinion on, or have an agreeable opinion with. No. But like I said, I like Egypticus's Free's Instagram. And while we disagree on some stuff, I find his opinions interesting because I'd rather know... Well, I've explained it already, so don't need to repeat myself. Like, the way is, like, you can't debate people in the same manner that they're debating with you if they're coming at it from a very blunt sort of... They're just saying, like, that's lazy writing, but there's no why. Why is it lazy? And that's, like, I'd rather know why, because that's the important bit. The opinion is good to get us to the why, but if you just end on the opinion, then no one can do anything about it. And so, yeah, that's the way I look at it. Okay, I think this guy waffled on for a little bit. So, okay, I think we've got one more character to do. And then we're done. Because I'm not going to show you guys the process where I add the dinosaur into this scene. And yes, there's meant to be a dinosaur in this scene. Do you know what? I might make her smile a little bit more, so you can actually see it. Epic Jason says, except if you give an opinion or one comment on Twitter, you get bombarded with tweet after tweet. YouTube is fine since it's a little easier, but Twitter is just a bad place to have a discussion, especially when some people on Twitter live in their echo chambers. Well, and that was Epic Jason saying that, for people who are watching this stream archived. Well, you can still talk to them. Like, that's the thing. Like, what's the way of putting it? Like, if you're just honest and truthful and you're not getting het up about it and you just talk normally in your replies, then eventually they get bored of being angry and they just end up talking back, and it's like, there you go, you cracked it. Just talk to people. It doesn't have to be like jabs at anyone, like and a lot of people jab at each other on Twitter, and it's like, just stop the jabbery. Just talk to one another. Like, you don't have to one-up each other all the time. Look at the argument that's being presented and ask yourself, is there something you can take from that is of use? And if there is a yes to that answer, then you can have a conversation. If it's no, then ignore and move on. That's the way I function on Twitter anyway. Or at least I think I do, and I hope I do. Dino the Freak, I go on Twitter to have fun and post stupid Evangelion memes. I do sometimes get involved in more serious situations if it feels necessary. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to avoid the negative side. I've just realised something, that I might need to move John over to about here. Move Jess. Let me just name her layer. Jess over there. Wesley there, and then the other character who's going to be in it, I can close Rose's file now, is this gentleman, and I've already got him leaning, but I will need to girling platform. No, it's leaning. Where is this? Oh god, whereabouts on the page is this? Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so he's right sort of in the middle. Oh my god. Seeing if I can find it quickly. No. Gellingstead, there you go. So we'll have to change the lighting on him. I just turn that up a little bit and then have him. Like that, and then get the platform down, get all these characters out of the way. Get that out of the way, right. So let's bring his arm down. Anyway, like, so Dino the Freak says, be right back. See you later, man. See you in a bit. Am I streaming again tonight, says Jacob Arnold. No, I'm not, no. Once this stream ends, that's it for tonight. But there'll be some streams coming up over the next week and that. Or week and a bit, maybe. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that when they're going up. Or when I'm about to go live, because that's when where I post. Do you know what? It'd probably be better if I do a new layer. Epic Jason Teradome. I plan to start recording the first gameplay video of Primal Rage Mugen Season 2 either today or tomorrow, which hopefully will get back up this weekend. Feel free to check that out. I might do. Primal Rage. Is that like a new version of the old game Primal Rage? Wasn't that the game with like the lizard thing and the gorilla, like the King Kong? It was like dinosaurs, and you were fighting like monkeys, and it was like an arcade game, I think. Is that the one? Am I right in thinking that's the one? Yes, it is, he says. Ah, cool. Kaiju Dust says, see ya, I'll be gone now. Have the best of luck on this show. Thanks, man. And come back if you fancy it in the near future. You can follow me on Twitter at Jack Anthony Ewens. No, Jack _ Ewens. If you feel inclined to follow and keep up to date with it. That'd be awesome. Definitely got to change the look on this character's face. Dimitri Dragon Emperor 2005. Who are the main characters in this story? There's a lot of main characters, but the core ones, or are you saying the ones that survive? Because there's some of the people here aren't going to live to see the end of the story. Let's put it that way. The ones that survive. Well, I won't be saying that because that's spoilers. Because from that you can derive who dies. But no, I'm not talking about any of the deaths. That is strictly out of bounds at this time. That'll ruin the story. And what's the point of watching it if you don't know what's going to happen? Oh my word, it's nearly 4 hours. Let's see if I can get this guy done, and then I'm going to end the stream. It's been an epic stream today. Got a lot of cool characters done. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let me get that, just clean that bit up there. Okay, and looking pretty darn good. What's the chat saying? Right. Can't get distracted at this time. We're so close to finishing this. Well, what I can show of this frame before I take it over to the laptop for editing after the stream's finished. I just need his shape of his glasses. Well, once I've got the let's put his glasses on. This will be a shape. I don't know how thick is that. Hey, so let's do the middle with no and the border with white, and the width. Let's do a bit thicker than that, a bit less than that. Ui, what happened there? What happened there? No, rasterize the image, okay. Convert to smart object, that's it. Yep. But I will check the chat. What are you saying? Jacob Arnold says, "Hey Jack, if Corymphosaurus was inactive on Isla Sorna in 1997, then why was it on the species profile list in the Lost World?" Yeah. If you go to the old park article on the DPG website, open up the InGen documents that are attached to that report, read the last page right at the bottom. On the last page, right at the bottom, you'll find your answer. It's right there. It's been there the entire time. And it's to do with Nedry. There you go. There's your answer. It's to do with Nedry. Let's see about adding. Epic Jason says, Turn 3000, will this guy have a 9-minute fight scene with Roddy Piper? God. No. That is one of the greatest fight scenes in movie history, though. I will say that much. Yo Dino, welcome back. Okay, let's see what we've got. Now what I can actually do is if I grab all of these layers. Oh wait, what layer is that? Oh, that's the thing. That's his glasses. Ooh, I'm going to save his glasses for another time. Put that on there. And I'll save it as Hank Glasses. There we go. I'll save that. Let me just, grab... Put Hank's layers all together. And then... put a shadow under Jess, so she's stands out from Wesley. It gives them some depth. And then let's grab all of the layers, except for those ones. Hey, why won't you grab all of them? There we go. I'm thinking of moving it. Oh no, actually that makes sense because I can put the box in there. Okay, so let's merge those layers. That's all one layer. There's all 2 layer, and I'm going to put a dinosaur in this frame, which is going to be happening off stream. So sorry about that, folks. Okay, guys, that was 4 hours thereabouts, 3 minutes 54 seconds, and we did that. So. And the dinosaur in the background is going to be really quick to do because it's already been done. I just have to pop it in. So there we go. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this stream. If you're watching at this time, the archive version, then I hope you've enjoyed it if you've made it this far. And if you guys can, please go support the Patreon, and all that jazz. And if you can't support it, or but you want to help, post a link to this on your social media accounts, share it with the world, get people, if they to get the people who are interested in something like this, if they want to help it, and they give them the link. That's the whole point, isn't it? But anyway, that is today's picture. There it is. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. I will I'll be streaming again soon, so please be on the lookout. See you later, guys. Bye.